Today, we are putting these two titans head to head, comparing real-world shots from the Galaxy S26 Ultra and the iPhone 17 Pro Max to see which one is the true king of photography. Let's dive in. This is a photo taken in a well-lit environment with fairly strong daylight. Both phones produce a similar level of detail. The image from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra has slightly stronger contrast, while the iPhone 17 Pro Max brightens the darker areas more. In bright daylight conditions, it is very difficult to tell which phone captures more detail. Next is a photo of a cat taken in front lighting. Both images are sharp down to each strand of the cat's fur. These two devices deliver very similar detail reproduction. The image from the iPhone 17 Pro appears slightly yellow than in real life. The following photo was taken in backlighting conditions. The image from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is slightly brighter. This year, both Apple and Samsung have increased the sensor size, and the sensors on these two phones are approximately the same size. As a result, the overall image quality is quite similar. Next is a backlit photo of a building. We can see that the iPhone 17 Pro Max does a very good job of brightening shadow areas. Meanwhile, the image from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra delivers more balanced colors, with the building reproduced very beautifully. This is a photo of a fence. When shooting from this close distance, every crack and every rough texture on the metal bars is captured very sharply and in great detail. Which phone's photo do you prefer? Here is a night photo. Low-light conditions are challenging for smartphone cameras, but they also help us see which device has better sensor processing. Take a look at this LED light strip. On the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the image retains more detail and the highlights are not blown out. On the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, the LED area is overexposed. However, overall, both images deliver good detail and look very nice. Next is a photo of bright red flowers. With intensely red flowers like these, only very good cameras can accurately reproduce the details. This time, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra delivers better detail than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The image from the Galaxy S26 Ultra is darker, but we can clearly see the fine lines within each petal. Meanwhile, the iPhone 17 Pro Max shows signs of overexposure. The red details on the petals are blown out and appear slightly glaring. Next is a photo of white flowers. Both phones capture a lot of detail, but in terms of color, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra performs better. It reproduces the pink tones on the petals more accurately. Overall, I prefer the image from the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Which flower image do you prefer? Next is a photo of a rock. Images from the iPhone 17 Pro Max often have a slightly warm, yellowish tone, and in this photo, the rock itself is yellow. So overall, the image from the iPhone 17 Pro Max looks more saturated and warmer. In terms of detail, both phones perform similarly. Next is a photo taken in a very dark environment. The image from the iPhone 17 Pro Max is brighter. Since the iPhone tends to produce warmer tones, the sky captured by the two phones looks different. On the lake's surface, there are moving waves. On the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, you can see clearer sharpness and slightly more visible waves compared to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The difference is not significant, and both phones capture very beautiful images. Next is a photo of a building taken in low-light conditions. The image from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra has higher contrast and more saturated colors, while the iPhone 17 Pro Max appears more balanced overall. Both phones capture a lot of detail with minimal noise. Next is an image of the main gate of an amusement park, taken at night in backlighting conditions. The photo from the iPhone 17 Pro Max looks as if there is a slight haze covering it. Meanwhile, the image from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra appears clearer, with sharper and more attractive details compared to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The difference is not significant, and both phones capture very beautiful images. Switching to the ultra-wide camera, the photo from the iPhone 17 Pro Max looks darker and not as visually pleasing as the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. However, the details on the ground are very sharp. The Galaxy S26 Ultra brightens the image to make it look more balanced, but in doing so, it loses some detail on the ground surface. Let's move on to the zoom comparison between these two phones. In the past, Samsung Galaxy S devices usually had better zoom capabilities than the iPhone because the iPhone did not feature a dedicated periscope-style zoom camera. However, on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, Apple has added up to 4x optical zoom, while the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra offers up to 5x optical zoom. I noticed that at different zoom levels, the comparison results vary. Sometimes the Galaxy S26 Ultra appears sharper, while other times the iPhone 17 Pro Max looks sharper. However, based on my overall observation, images from the iPhone 17 Pro Max generally look more visually pleasing, even though it only supports 4x optical zoom. This is a photo of a clock taken at night in low-light conditions. The image from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra looks clearer and sharper, especially around the numbers on the clock face. On the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the image has a warmer, yellowish tone, and the details seem to be covered by a slight haze. Next is a photo of a hotel sign taken at night. Overall, the sign on the Galaxy S26 Ultra is less overexposed in the lettering compared to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The small details inside the windows of the building behind the sign are also more visible on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. However, you need to zoom in closely to notice these differences. They're not significant. Both phones are performing very well. Next is a front camera photo taken in backlighting conditions. The iPhone 17 Pro Max delivers very sharp details, natural pinkish skin tones, and higher contrast. On the Galaxy S26 Ultra, the skin appears whiter and slightly softer as the phone applies more skin smoothing to the face. Next is a comparison of the optical zoom capabilities of these two phones. Samsung offers 5x optical zoom on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, while the iPhone 17 Pro Max supports 4x optical zoom. The image quality from both devices is very sharp, so you can draw your own conclusions. In my video stabilization tests, the Galaxy S26 Ultra clearly outperforms the iPhone 17 Pro Max. However, in more challenging environments, the iPhone 17 Pro Max delivers very good video quality. Next is a backlit image of the base of the Eiffel Tower. On the iPhone 17, the darker areas are brightened. On the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, the image has higher contrast, and the dark areas, such as underneath the tower, retain more detail. This is a noticeable hardware upgrade from Samsung this year, especially in terms of sensor size. Since the Galaxy S26 Ultra was released later, Samsung has clearly improved it to compete strongly with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. However, when it comes to video recording, Samsung still seems to lag slightly behind in low-light video optimization. What are you expecting from Samsung in future versions? Personally, I hope Samsung improves its screen durability to match the iPhone in the future. Which phone do you prefer? And if you disagree with